Alright managers, I'm coming at you with another video about PIPs, but this one's different, I promise. Managing a team is hard, and one of the hardest parts is managing someone whose work is in need of some work. And when that happens, a lot of managers jump straight to the same conclusion.
It's time for a PIP.
But hold your horses. Many times, that's the wrong call. A performance improvement plan is a formal, documented process with a timeline, goals, and consequences if those goals aren't met. It's a serious tool, and that's exactly why it shouldn't be your first move. Most performance issues are better handled with coaching, targeted training, or an individual development plan, or what's called an IDP. These approaches address the root cause instead of just putting someone on the clock. The right tool depends on what's actually going on. You're probably wondering, how do you know? Start by asking a few questions. First, has the employee actually been told clearly in writing what's expected of them? Have you given them real feedback, not just a passing comment in the hallway, but actual documented coaching with a chance to adjust? And critically, do you understand why they're struggling? There's a big difference between a skills problem and a will problem. Someone who doesn't know how to do something needs training. Someone who knows but isn't doing it anyway, that's a different conversation. Let's make this concrete with some examples. Imagine a product manager is doing great work, but they're missing meetings and ghosting Slack messages. Their manager has dropped a few hints, but nothing formal. In this case, the right call is coaching, not a PIP. They haven't been told officially that there's even a problem. Let's go for another example. A junior HR team member is struggling with new software. They went to the training, but they're also the heaviest user on the team and still making errors. In this case, the right call is more training. They don't have a performance problem. They have a support problem. All right, our next example. An account executive has been a strong performer for years, but nobody's ever given them a clear path to the promotion they want. In this case, the right call is an IDP. Map out the skills, give them the projects, and get them there. Last example. A senior salesperson has missed their revenue targets for 2 straight quarters. Their manager has sent written feedback, coaching was offered, but clients are still complaining, and the numbers are down. Right call? In this case, it's a PIP, and it's exactly what it was designed for. There are also situations where a PIP isn't just the wrong tool, it's the wrong move entirely. If someone is brand new and hasn't had a fair runway to develop, putting them on a PIP is setting them up to fail. If the role just fundamentally doesn't match the person's strengths, that's kind of a hiring problem, not a performance problem. And if a decision has already been made and the PIP is just paperwork, that's not a performance improvement plan, that's a paper trail. This is also about how HR approaches PIPs. If you're just going through the motions without actually trying to help the employee improve, managers will go into it begrudgingly, knowing it's going to be a big waste of their time. Before you reach for a PIP, run through this checklist. First, have you clearly identified the cause? Is it a skill issue, a will issue, or something else? Have you set expectations that are written, specific, and measurable? Now, we've done a video on SMART goals, and I think you should consider putting some of that methodology to use here. Next, have you given the employee timely, documented feedback with a real chance to improve? Have you even offered coaching and training? If you can't check most of these boxes, you're not ready for a PIP. Go back and do that work first. And when a PIP is the right call, it should never be a surprise. By the time you're sitting down to formalize it, you should be able to say, and mean it, I know this won't come as a surprise to you. Because you've had the conversations, you've documented the feedback, and you've given them every opportunity to succeed. The PIP is the last step of a very visible journey, and not the first step of an uncomfortable one. We know PIPs are a hot topic, and we've got a full breakdown of all of this. The decision framework, example scenarios, FAQs, all of it linked in the description. And if you want a system that makes all of this easier, like one place to track feedback, goals, one-on-ones, and coaching history, check out Lattice. That link's in the description too.